Hi, I'm Jennifer Elizabeth Masters, and this is a share from my heart. I was asked to do a video about codependency, and it could be said that I am the world's foremost expert on codependency. You know, nothing like a person that is me. You could say I am a reformed codependent. I spent more than half of my life searching for love outside of me. And I guess what I need to start with is, what's the definition of codependency? Codependency is an addiction to love, or feeling the need to have a relationship, to have someone love you, to give to you, that we feel incomplete without having a relationship. And that certainly was the way I used to feel. I had someone ask me this past weekend, why am I not married? And I said, because I refuse to settle. And I'm very happy being alone and single. So that is the place that I was not 10, 20, 30 years ago. So codependency is feeling the need to have love so that you feel complete, wanted, and accepted. And we have it backwards, because what we really need, because what happens when we're codependent, we're feeling broken, lost, lonely, and certainly not whole. And then what do? Because we attract what we are, we attract someone else that is incomplete, lost, lonely, and wanting someone to love us, or love them rather. So two people coming together that are less than full is destined for disaster. And that's what happens, because when we're codependent, we give too much. We give away the farm. We might give away our animals. We give away our money, maybe even our kids, to have that guy, that woman. We might give up way too much. We might give up our workouts. We might give up our spiritual practice, our meditation. We may stop seeing our friends so that we spend time with that person. We give too much, and then we end up feeling, I've lost myself. Where did I go? And so then we blame the other person. You destroyed my life. I gave up all these things for you. So here's the bottom line. To have a love that lasts, we have to love ourselves. We have to be happy being alone. And if you don't like being alone with you, how could anybody else want to be alone with you? So now I say this from the bottom of my heart, because that's where I was. That's where I used to be. Hello, Helen. So I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you watching. Here's the thing about codependency. We have to fill ourselves. We have to love ourselves. We have to accept ourselves. And the bottom line is, we need to know ourselves. And when we're in a codependent relationship, we spend all of our time, attention, and energy getting to know the other person and giving to them, and we put the relationship ahead of ourselves. And then we end up feeling resentful that we did so. Nobody made us do it. We did it, but that's what happens. So I just want to make sure I cover all the points, because so the bottom line is, the reason that we get stuck in this rut of codependency and feeling the need to have a relationship is, typically we were raised by codependent people. And that certainly was the case with my parents. My father used to walk in the door, and I would, "Hi, Dad, nice to see you." And the first words out of his mouth were, "Where's your mother?" I felt like chopped liver. Who am I, Dad? You know, my mother was his prime concern, and really only concern. And making her happy was his reason for being. And the bottom line is, nobody can make another person happy. And if you make it your purpose to make your partner happy, I'm sorry, you're gonna fail, because nobody else can make them happy but themselves. So, who do we need to make happy? Ourselves. We need to take care of us. We need to love us. We need to get to know us. We need to know what we want. And above all, we have to give love to us. The behaviors that start turning up in codependent relationships are fear and control. We get into fear. We're worried about losing the love, the thing that we have, and we may start trying to control them. We tell ourselves that there's nobody else out there for us. We tell ourselves there's nobody better. And sometimes we settle for something, way less than what we deserve. And okay, there's the people pleasing, doing everything for the other person, trying to make them happy. And what happens in the end is we're the ones, we're trying so desperately to make other people happy, but what happens is we can never make another happy. But our people pleasing has a dark side, and typically we end up getting pissed off, resentful, and angry. And so that's no place to be. It's not the key to a happy relationship. Let me make sure that I cover everything else that I was trying to cover. Yes. Oh, so oftentimes in a codependent relationship, we meet the person and, we may even have sex on the first date or the second date way sooner than we really want to. And or feel that we ought to. I don't like to use the word should, but we jump in too fast. And even if you're not having sex the first day or the first date, you may jump into the relationship with both feet. You may move in together way too soon. You may be playing house before you're ready. You may be getting married before you're ready. So there's some signs to watch for in a relationship, to tell yourself whether it really is progressing at a natural rate or whether you're trying too hard to move things ahead too soon. So if you feel like you're on a roller coaster, and if you feel like things are happening way too fast, it's okay to take a step back, put on the brakes. It's okay to reassess. So you don't want to jump in too quickly, too soon. You don't want to move in together too quickly or too soon. Get to know each other well. Get to know how you feel in the relationship. Take things slowly. In the last relationship that I was in, you're going to laugh, but he was a really nice guy, and he fell very deeply in love with me, but we waited, you're going to laugh, we waited 3 months to have sex. And I felt that I was ready, but I waited until I was ready. So the issue is to do what's right for you. Adam keeps on, ever, Adam is, he's, I'm not sure what, and my son is texting me while I'm doing this video. Let's see. Oh, then the other thing that oftentimes happens in a codependent relationship is that one of us is looking to be rescued. That used to be me. I was waiting for this white knight, or it could be a black knight, but on a white stallion. I was waiting for someone to come rescue me, to take me out of my misery. And when we're doing that, oh my goodness, it's great when I've got someone on the sidelines in Colorado that's coaching me in my video. Oftentimes there's the person that's the victim and the rescuer, and that doesn't work either. But the other thing about codependent relationships, often we sabotage. we, we're afraid, and, we're afraid to be vulnerable. We're afraid to open our hearts. We're afraid for someone to really see us who we are authentically. And oftentimes, and this used to be me, I was the chameleon. When you're trying to be something that you're not authentic, you can't be vulnerable. And when you aren't vulnerable, then you can't have real intimacy. So it's this big ball of stuff that's not real. We're A, trying to make somebody happy. We're B, trying to rescue. We're C, trying to please. We are doing all these things that are not natural. So, how do we determine, or how do we change this dynamic? Well, the number one thing for changing a codependent relationship, and this I can swear to you, fixes the problem. You learn to love yourself. You hire someone that has healed themselves, that loves themselves completely. Do you know anybody like that? I do. This is what I do for my clients. I help them get to know who they are, to really soar, to be vibrant, radiant, to allow that beauty within to just show up. To not be afraid to be who you are. This is what I help my clients do. I help my clients break through the stuckness, the sabotage, the things that are limiting them and holding them back from having that wonderful love. I help them break free of those limiting beliefs. I'm too old. This will never happen to me. No one will ever want me. I'm not attractive enough. Who's going to want me? All of those things become beliefs, and beliefs are what governs. So I help you. I am like the sandblaster of all those limiting beliefs. I get rid of those, help you move through, create healthy patterns so that you can have a healthy relationship and you're not sabotaging. So for this whole exercise, the bottom line is love yourself. How do you love yourself? Well, first of all, I'm going to give you an exercise, and I think I've done this before. Get to know who you are. Write down 10 things that you love about you. And I am not talking about all the things you do for others. 10 things that you love about you. And then 10 things that you're passionate about. Now, you may not be able to come up with 10 things that you're passionate about, but look at those things. Like for me, I'll tell you, the things that I love about me: I'm authentic, I am loving, I'm compassionate, I am intelligent, I'm creative, I love nature, I love adventure, I love to travel, I love my family, I love my body, I have great skin, my hair, for someone, a woman of my age, is pretty fantastic. Let me see, I am a great cook. I love what I do. I love helping people. Those are the things. My mother's calling me. Those are the things that I love about me. And now the things that I'm passionate about, well, I'm passionate about nature. I'm passionate about animals. I'm passionate about helping others. I'm passionate about my writing. I'm passionate about adventure. And I'm passionate about dance and physical activity and taking care of myself and my health and sharing those messages with other people. So that's just to give you a little idea. And now, then the last thing is, if I could wave a magic wand, if I had a magic wand and I could wave it, what would you want me to change? So that's the exercise for you to start with right now. And I do discovery sessions if you're really committed to being the best that you can be, to loving yourself, to having that healthy relationship. Then on my website, jenniferelizabethmasters.com, there is a place to book time with me for free. Yes, I give you a free session and I help you work through some of those things. We find out what your goal is, and I will share with you how I see that it would work. Working with me, you get to decide whether it's a good fit for you. And then I have 3 different ways I work with my clients. Okay, so codependency, something that can be healed. I did it. Believe me, I was a serial monogamist and I healed it. I didn't used to like being alone with myself, and now I love myself so much that I'd rather be alone with me than be settling for anyone. So when we can get to that place, that's when love just shows up. It shows up at our door. We get wrong numbers. There's a lot of different ways that love shows up. So I am Jennifer Elizabeth Masters. My website is jenniferelizabethmasters.com, and you can book right there a discovery session to work with me. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, share it with your friends. And I love you. Remember, love you, be authentic, and never, ever give up on love. Thanks for watching.